My name is Laura Foster, and I am making this video for some of you teachers out there that are probably using Zoom, and you've probably watched a lot of videos. And I know that a lot of you are out there using Zoom, and you're kind of like, oh, here are some situations I'm running into, and it's kind of like dangerous or whatever. So hopefully you might find this helpful. I don't really know. I'm not a Zoom expert by any means, but I know that some of the videos out there are not very helpful. So anyway, just showing you a couple things. So when you go in there and you go and you join or create your meeting and everything, you generally know how to do that. One of the nice features that Zoom has, and I know a lot of districts are using um, Google Meet instead of Zoom because of the safety issues. But one of the things that, as I've played around with Zoom, that I've noticed on here, obviously, you can mute or unmute. But if you look here, it has these security features. So first of all, it has a waiting room that's you can enable. So essentially what happens is that when you have students that are um, getting ready to join, it will have this little window that pops up over here. And so people, like your students, will be there and it will have this little window that'll say like um, allow or deny your students entry. Okay, so you can enable them to come in there. Also, it has allow participants to. Now, this is the thing that's really important. You don't want to allow them to rename themselves. You want to just have them like actually name themselves. Um, I think that that's pretty important. Also, on here, you can determine whether or not that they can share the screen, share what's on their screen, um, or even to give them the opportunity to chat. Okay, so those are just a couple things. The other important thing is that if you're having an issue with students who are, if you've like kicked the student out and they keep coming back in, you can go here and click lock meeting so no one else can join. So that way, if you were having issues with students who are coming in and doing anything um, that's inappropriate, it locks them out, and then you have no issues, no troubles there. The only issue though is that, like, I know that with some kids and their internet that they kind of drop out and then they'll need to rejoin. Um, the one kind of go around there is that you have to kind of be flexible and just kind of tell that student like, all right, well, I'm recording this. If you get kicked out, I'm sorry. I'll record this. I'll upload it later. You can see it later, something to that effect. But just tell them that like you're doing it for their safety or anything like that, and that's usually pretty helpful. But those are some really good um, suggestions and helpful things that you can do to enhance the security of your Zoom meetings with some of those students that are maybe not so great to have in your Zoom class or classroom. So it's not an ideal situation. We know that, but we'll get